Hello. Um, Thank you all for joining. Yes, I would like to say that our world is full of many mysterious wonders, fascinating things to look at, to document, and to discover. And some may call this water on a lens, but it's so much more than that. It's so much more than that. That is more plasma that came from Ukraine. Actually, last night in Odessa, there was a whole lot of activity occurring in different areas. Hello, thank you for joining Apple Brooks. So yeah, you all, if you hadn't seen any of those plasma videos from last night, I would encourage you to check them out because this plasma is it's a very interesting phenomenon, and I think that the plasma has the ability, and at times it does, it comes to life. It's like living. It's highly intelligent, and it draws its energy from the plasma lighting, the gas in the plasma lighting. But as you can see, this plasma, it has the ability to turn itself into semi-solid, to practically a solid web, which is really cool, with a lot of holes in it. See, look at all those holes in that web plasma right there. This is just, I just took several screenshots of, let me put this out here, you all. If you're just tuning in, thank you for joining me. Gina, I'm trying to turn this light out up here. I took several screenshots of this other webcam in Odessa, and it's a public webcam. Okay, you can go there. You can see Odessa online. We can literally take, in today's day and age, we can literally take a virtual tour all around the world without leaving our homes, which it makes it pretty cool. It really does. If you can go do virtual travel. Now, I think this would be better like this than the other virtual reality. But, you know, we're traveling and we're looking and we're seeing, and there are humans. There's humans in Odessa, you all. There's human and there's plasma beings. Hello. Let me flip this light around. If you are just tuning in, I just wanted to show some pictures that I had got. Some screenshots, just not very many. I'm not going to show a video, but I'm going to show you this. And I first started documenting the plasma back in, I think, the early part of this year. I did. I think my first place I seen it probably was in on Table Mountain in Cape Town, South Africa. Y'all, look at these orbs. And I will say this concerning some of the stars that are up in the sky. When some people zoom up on them, they literally do. They have beings inside of them. Okay, and that makes one to believe that, you know, what is this? What is inside of those stars, you all? Because it really is fascinating. It is. It's very interesting to know, to learn about. And so this is one. And if you're just tuning in, you all, let me flip this over to me. Hello. Thank you for tuning in. I've been outside working since it's, hello there, King Ahuka Mundo. Been out there working, you all, since it's a nice day. But look at this, how it has changed its shapes. Look at that. And at times, you know, you can catch these plasma webs, literally, the energy spikes. It's like these little, I don't really know, nodules or something. They will start getting really white and stuff, and they'll start peeking out. They'll peek out. But the energy in Odessa last night, it was all over the place, you all. If you didn't see that video, all over the place. And actually, a great big gigantic portal did open. That was the last video that I did last night. When the energy gathered in the center of a town, a large portal opened. You know, this right here is also semi-solid. Just like these, they're semi-solid. At times, you know, we see what isn't semi-solid. We see a lot of translucent ones. See, this is what happens. They come alive from right here where this plasma lighting is. They come alive. They get their energy from there. It's like they fueling up. It's just like when the ships, let me talk about this, you all. It's just like, can I flip this around? It's just like when the ships, let me talk about this. It's when the ships, they go to the sun, and you know, you've seen those like round, look like great big round balls. They go and they have like this umbilical cord attached to them, and they're like literally feeding the plasma. They're getting the energy off the sun, the plasma. And I think that's what they run on. Either that's their fuel or that's what they feed off of. That's their food that they eat. Hello, Mystic Rose. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining. We're talking about this plasma that was all over Ukraine last night, you all. And of course, it was raining, but that's beside the point. That is beside the point that it was raining. So yeah, look at that. Look how massive it is. It's absolutely massive. And you know, they would come like this, and then they would change their shapes, and then all together, boom, they're gone, just like that, totally gone, just like that. I don't think TK. I don't think Ukraine's government. I don't think that's fair to say. Okay, this Ukraine, Odessa, Ukraine. Odessa is a very important place historically, very important historically and spiritually. Okay, it's got a lot of energy there, and I don't know how the lines run across there, the ley lines or whatever, what type of line, what line it's setting on. I never did look into it, but there is a lot of energy there, and you know, certain areas of the earth, like the pyramids. They were built on a certain ley line because of the energy at that area. That's exactly what happened. Yeah, hello there. Thank you for joining. So let me turn this off. Let's flip back around because Gina, honey, that's you. So yeah, we're going to flip this back around just like this. And you can look at some more of these, you all. So I really do. I find it, see, this is what happened last night after all this energy right here peaked. Right there, that black hole. It got bigger and bigger as the night went on is what happened. Oh no, those are my ships, you all. If you hadn't seen my ships, these are my ships that I have been documenting since 2018. 2018, the middle of 2018, this is what I started off doing. Taking pictures of ships. And you know, they look like buildings, ancient cities in the sky. And you know, I think there's a lot of truth to it. Let me do this, you all. And I've got this on this. Yes, you all. So let me flip this around. We can flip it around, you all. The patterns are so pretty. They are pretty. I love them. I love the patterns. I love the colors. The colors are very, they're nice to look at. And I like that color of yellow. I really do. It's like a burnt yellow right there. I like that color, you all. Let me flip through here. Look at all of them, you know, and the spiders don't make that web like this. They don't make this type of a web. Now, granted, they can weave. These right here, let me tell you about these. These literally, certain plasma beings can literally weave a web out of plasma. Okay, they really do. They weave their web. And I'm going to show you one thing. There was a really good one on here, too, that I wanted to show you all, if we can get to it. Look at the great big gigantic hose in there, you know. And if I look at those holes, and you look at those holes, beings can come out of these holes. Okay, they can. They can come out of these holes, and I don't know what they're doing. I don't know if they use these holes to look at us. I'm really not sure. But there's beings inside of there also. Right inside of there you are. And I know this might sound wild to some people and thinking, oh, this woman's done lots. And no, I haven't, you all. This is very interesting. It's a fairly new. It is new. It's a new thing to document, you all. All of this plasma that's taking place. And it was really first started being documented in the first part of the year when I did it. And then other people started doing it too. I told them, go to the live webcams and find it, you all. It's really catches on. And the more this information gets out there that there is plasma being brought to life, plasma coming from these high efficiency plasma gases in these plasma lights, you all. And you know, we got this plasma sphere around the earth too. Plasma is all over the place. It really is. But yeah, I wanted to get to, there was this one interesting one that I took a picture of last night, if I can get to it, you all. Look at that. Doesn't that look interesting? It reminds me of a trampoline. But you can't jump on these. You can't jump on these like a trampoline. But they literally, they stretch themselves out, is what they do. If you can imagine that. If you could imagine ropes on the end of these, because what happens is when these attach, they attach like that. And they stretch as far as they can, and the more they stretch, the bigger they get. They get bigger, you all, is what they do. They get bigger. They want to get bigger. They want to get massive is what they want to do. Very massive. I want to try to get to the one. See, this one got really massive because it reached out and it grew even more. Yeah, plasma webs, that's right. It is the plasma webs. And they're nice to look at. They are. They are nice to look at, and they're nice to document and research. They really are. What does look like here, there's something that came in right there trying to get through. But look in these holes. It's really quite fascinating, you all. And they do remind me of orbs, because some orbs, a lot of orbs, you know, they have openings too in them. Where beings are at, you all, where beings are at. Let me do this right here, if this is all right, because I hope it's all right, because, you know, we're trying to learn something here. If you don't know about the web plasma, we're going to talk about it just a tad bit. I want to show you some more pictures, because there's another interesting one coming up. Look right inside this hole. So I know it's very hard. It's hard to grasp. It's hard to imagine that these are literally in another dimension. But it's right here in our dimension, and the cameras can pick it up, but we can't see it with our own eyes. Now, granted, let me tell you something about this. I am going to tell you something about this. Let me put this in my ear. I personally, I was meditating and relaxing. I was having a bubble bath. I was exhausted. It's been around a year ago. I had a candle, a white candle, setting on the corner of my tub area. And I was watching the flame, and I was just relaxing, totally I just wanted to leave the world behind and sit there, and I stared at it, and all of a sudden, an orb, a beautiful orb, literally manifested right above it. It was about the size of a grapefruit. It was beautiful. It's the one and only time I ever saw one with my eyes, because I reached that state within my mind to where I was totally at peace and I could relax. I literally did. And it was this color right here. I could not believe it. I could not believe it. I saw it with my own eyes, but it was a perfect round orb. And it was that beautiful, it was that yellow. It wasn't nothing like this, you all, but it was, you all. That's the truth. I've seen it with my own eyes. So is it possible to see these things with your own eyes? It's absolutely possible to see. There are people who can see these with their own eyes. They have that gift, you all. They do. I know it's possible, because when I relaxed myself completely and just meditated and just pushed the world away and just thinking, you know, I just want to clean my mind out and I just want to be at peace, total peace. And I saw it. It literally manifested right before my eyes. So it's not make-believe. It's not. I think they are interdimensional. I do, and there's energy that is associated with them. There really is. See, this is what happened last night before that dark portal opened right there, you all. This big old red thing spiked. What happened is it came through this area. But look at this. Now, this is what I wanted to show you. See, this is what we started off Odessa right here, this area. Right there. We started there last night. But look at this. No, this is the different area. Right here, this is where the portal opened up. Look at this. It's like an obsolete or whatever you want to call it. Right there in that center part. But look at the design. Look at the design that showed up when this plasma literally spiked out. Look at the ridges in it, you all. I don't think I've ever seen that before like that. These ridges, it's kind of like a web, but it's not, you all. This is literally the ridges that formed when this plasma spiked. If you look at it, kind of looks like a fingerprint. You know, the swirls of your finger when you get a fingerprint. This is what it reminded me of. But look at that, you all. I thought, wow, you've got to be kidding. But I'm wondering, now see the tips of it? You see the tips of that right there? They're all kind of multicolored. So there was a lot of energy. I'm wondering if this is we're going to start seeing a different level of plasma is what I'm wondering. Your nerves are shot and you can't relax. You've been watching You've been waiting for too long, medicinal mystic. Yeah, you are. Life is all about waiting. Look at this. So now this was the one area right there. Look at the orb that literally manifested. This is the white peaked one. This is the golden one right there. And look how these did. Okay, but this right here, this orb literally kept changing its shape all last night. It literally would manifest right here as a complete shape, semi-solid. And there was one that was replicated right over here. Then those disappeared, and it literally went behind the columns right here. Okay, it did. So the area is so spiked. It really is spiked. What's going on? I don't know. I really don't know what's happening down there, but I know it's a lot of spiritual energy, a lot of I would say metaphysical, whatever that would mean. I want to use that word. I think it sounds nice. Metaphysical, metaspiritual energy. Yeah, all of that, you all. So, yeah, look at that. It's like absolutely amazing. It really is. So these can be seen by some with their own eyes. Look at that, you all. Isn't that cool looking? That is so cool. It literally, it looks like it's missing some of its holes, because if this were to extend the rest of the way out, I think the hole would become complete, and you would see more of the structure on the other side of it. Is what you would see. Totally separate. And if you look up here, whenever I've seen these patterns right here on the edges of these these plasma webs, during a plasma battle, a lot of energy was being like exerted right there. And these right here literally, like, it's like a match that burns down. That's what happens when a lot of energy is coming out of them. It literally does that. It's like a match head when the match starts burning down. That's what I've noticed. This plasma, you know, they have plasma torches and stuff like that. You got plasma weapons and all of that kind of stuff, you all, is what they've got going on. And so let me take you back over here to the rest of this right here. And look at this. So this is what I showed last night also. This showed up also in this very area on their live webcam. So you can find it. It's available to the public to take a virtual tour. And it's worth watching. It really is. So see, look, see that great big gigantic orb? It literally, it went behind the columns. It went behind the columns there, you all, the columns of that place. And more spike down there. But it's really interesting. And this was a first. This was an absolute first, seeing that in the center of a plasma web, or plasma being a plasma orb, whatever you want to call it. It was the very first time I've ever seen that. And it was really absolutely spectacular. It was spectacular, you all. Yes. Well, I am going to go, you all. I just wanted to get on here and tell you about that plasma. If you haven't heard about it, or you have heard about it, if you've only thinking, well, I've only heard about the plasma that's in the blood. Well, there's a different type of plasma. And it comes from the gases that are in the lights. The plasma gas is literally, it just spikes it. And you know, it's like they're electrical currents too. I wouldn't want to get zapped by it. I wouldn't want to be stuck inside of one of these things. I really wouldn't. I wouldn't want to be stuck inside of this right here, because I could just imagine all of the energy that is spiritually. If you were a very intuitive person, and you were a feeling person, a psychic or whatever, and you went in this area, I'm pretty sure that you would be able to feel the intense energy. I can feel energy. I have felt negative energy before, and it literally went straight through me, you all. There is energy, even though you can't see it. There is negative energy that is out there, and there's positive energy that's out there, you know. So it's real, and it's interesting. It's interesting to learn about, you all. And I would encourage you all, if you want to learn a little bit more about it, do your own research. I do have a few videos under the live webcam, web plasma, about web plasma. What is plasma and stuff? It's the fourth state of matter. It is. Yeah, thank you all so much for coming on here. And I hope you have a wonderful day. And thank you, moderators, for everything you do. And please give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, I would encourage you to hit that subscribe button, because you might get unsubscribed and you not even know it. And I know notifications don't come out all the time. And I think it happens all across all the other platforms. It's okay, you all. The good thing is that we're able to come together. It's like kind of like a big classroom is what it's like. It really is. Online classrooms. See, Odessa Online. Thank you, Odessa, for allowing your camera to be viewed online for the whole world to see. It's wonderful. It really is, you all. So with that being said, you all, I'm going to go. Hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello from my heart to yours, love. You have a wonderful rest of your evening. Yeah, you got to go with the flow. That's right. Love you all, and thank you again, moderators, for making this a very healthy chat and keeping the energy just smooth and peaceful. Yeah, have a wonderful rest of your day. Love you.